intro.
What button? This?
Yeah.
Well, I believe this is lagged.
Yes, but how lagged is it?
It's true. It'll give time for somebody to watch the commercials.
Exactly. It always starts with a bunch of commercials. Plus, it gives a little bit of time for this weirdo to settle down. Are you sure you don't need to refresh that?
I'm quite sure.
Okay. And you're sure we're live?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I'm going to start. Hello everybody, I am Lindsay, Mark is behind the drawing tablet, and this is Edgar, who I sense is going to be a problem at some point, because he's a doofus and only halfway asleep. Today is my and Mark's 23rd month anniversary. Yes, we keep track. But really it just happens to be a Saturday that is a 12th, and so we had date night earlier, and we are going to, well, I decided that I wanted to play something that was romantic in theme, and as we were looking through his library, which is very sparse on the romantic games, I will just point that out, I wanted to play Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, mostly because every time I think of Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time, I now hear the song. Lovers in a dangerous space-time. Every time. But it's on the PS4, and the complicated reasons we have to use PC games for the time being. So, we looked through his library, I found This Monster Loves Me. So, I'd like to love this monster too. So
Monster loves you.
Me, specifically me. Monster loves me specifically. The game might as well just be called Monster Loves Lindsay. I'm just saying. So this is apparently some sort of a choose-your-own monster adventure game. It's very low-key. And I'm hoping that it won't result in too much barking. Okay, let us play and find out. It's going to involve a lot of text, so I will talk. Help me begin your story. How does it go again? Long ago, deep in the forest, monsters called the whale mist. The whale mist? I'm gonna call it the whale mist. Oh, that's right. Long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest was the monster village of Omen. You were born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for actions and attitudes, specifically the attitude. You're not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open, which eye would that be? Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of fighting and eating and screaming, facing frightening enemies unafraid, protecting innocent monsters from harm. I am going to protect innocent monsters from harm. I'm kind. All my kindness is +9. Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It's time to be born. Sure. Oh, look. I guess that's the vat where I'm born. I wonder if that's me right there. I would like to be born. You awaken in the searing season when the sun shines strongly overhead.
So gross.
Your eye is open. Apparently I have only one eye.
Yeah.
You're a morsel, just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Well, I would like to swim.
Well, so far we have one eye.
Yes.
So I'm gonna draw you round, because round is the best shape.
Round is the best shape, you're right. But
Right.
try not to make me Mike from Monsters first.
Okay,
Another morsel.
then I'm gonna give you one big off-center eye.
There you go. Another morsel swims towards you. It opens its mouth to... Don't leave, babes. It opens its mouth to show a set of small, sharp teeth. It bites me. Oh my goodness. This is intolerable. Stop that biting. You pause, unable to believe that another morsel is trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Okay. I would like to... Let's see, I don't want to kill it. I'm kind. I would like to unite other morsels to repel the attack. You speak. Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand. Your tiny, slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. I'm going to patrol the vat and look for more trouble. Apparently, I've become a little tiny monster policeman.
I gave you a bite mark.
Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking towards the bottom of the vat. Hey! Zim Zam, how are you?
Oh, wow.
It's been a while.
How's it going?
I say, oh no, that's terrible. I feel a deep sense of injustice. The smaller morsel's impending demise. If only I'd like to do something about it, you doofus. You swim to the morsel, determined to act. I will get under the morsel and push it up. As you push it up, the morsel's dead weight forces you down. My legs, oh, I've got legs.
Oh, you've got legs now.
My legs come to rest against the bottom of the spawning vat where they begin to squish. I've got squishy legs. I'm not giving up. Your feet are breaking up among the solid clumps of the floor of the vat. I'm still not giving up.
I'm doing good. It has indeed been a while.
Yeah.
My legs are gone now. I don't have any. We're doing great. We're doing great. We had a good day today, I think. It's finally Saturday. Your legs are gone now, but you stretch your arms and body, changing your slimy shape to hold the other morsel up to the surface of the slime. Is it out of danger? Yes, great. Don't grieve, it's logical. The needs of any one monster are as important. Oh no, it was gone. It was gone. It died. Your body dissolves as you push one last time. The other morsel breaks apart. The two dissolving morsels reach for each other. They come together in a single mass. A new morsel. Oh! You two are and always will be one, so I have just absorbed the other morsel that I was trying to save.
Oh boy.
You've grown too big for the spawning vat.
Maybe you have like another internal structure.
Yeah, I guess. You get to figure it out. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Yes, I'm ready for this. Do you have any advice? You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Let's do it. Oh, look! I like the art style. It's really cute. Let's do this adventure. Ooh, choose my adventure, okay. I would like to, not the spider. I see... Oh, I'd like to dig a hole. Gobclaws pulls you into a side tunnel. There's something under there, she says, pointing to a huge pile of bat guano. Will you help me dig it out? Yuck, that's poop. I refuse to dig in the poop. Gobclaws slumps her shoulders, sighs, and starts digging by herself. Sometime later, you walk near the pile of poop and see that she's still digging. Sure, that's great. Let's do a different one. I can't do that one anyway. I've already done it.
Did you just fail the adventure because you decided not to help?
I'm going to say I did.
That's like in D&D. They're like, oh, the village is in danger. You're like, cool. Bye.
It was poop. I did not want to collect the poop. You're chatting with Gobclaws and Blistree when a foul stench wafts in. Monsterlings all over the cave are shivering and holding their noses. Yuck. It's Blots. Gobclaws says someone's got to tell him he stinks, but not the way monsters should. Blots sees your group and makes his way over Gobclaws and Blistree. I would like to talk to him about it.
So apparently you have a nose.
I spread my claws. I've got claws.
You've got claws?
Yes, I spread my claws in a friendly way, and Blots sits next to me. Blots pouts. Why'd they run away?
Said. This game is really
I would like
confusing.
to make up a clever story to help him. I would like to make up an clever story to help him. Grammar is not my strong suit.
Give me a second.
You begin to tell the...
Yeah, this is a very confusing game. It's also a very strange game.
I'm enjoying it.
Yes.
You begin to tell the story of the cleanest monster, a shining paragon of hygiene and delightful scents. You can almost hear the sounds of bathing. He's enraptured. You end with, but I only made up the cleanest monster who is not you. You stink blots, we need to wash you. And you do. I washed him apparently. I wonder if that was the proper thing to do. They're gonna make me do that stupid spider thing, aren't they? Let's do the wolf one. Oh, it's a fox. Suddenly, a fox runs into the cave. It yips and looks over its shoulder and runs behind a rock.
Yeah, this is a weird game.
Judging by the commotion, there's a pack of wolves in hot pursuit. They seem reluctant to come into the cave full of monsters, even little ones like you. I'm going to get all the monster wings to make noise and scare away. The monster wing laughter can be disturbing if you're not ready for it. The wolves soon run off fearful for their lives. The fox crouches on the cave floor, clearly terrified.
Most of them mount, right?
I wanted to talk to it. I assume so. Oh, this one doesn't seem to be a talking fox, just a fox. Look in my eyes! Look, I'm crying!
Is that you?
Yes, I assume.
I thought you only had one eye.
It keeps changing me, see, this is different.
Well, no, I'm only going by the description of...
Yep. Oh my gosh, I'm so adorable! That is the most adorable I've ever seen.
Like, so far we've only heard of you having one eye, so...
It's true.
And there are apparently two monster morsels in you, so that's why you got the two spheres in there.
I like that, that's so cute. Okay.
And a viper.
Yep. The fox crouches on the cave floor, clearly terrified. I would like to leave the fox alone. The fox runs from place to place within the cave, keeping out of reach of any monsterling that shows it. Look at that bushy little tail. Look at that cute little tail. Eventually, when it's sure the coast is clear, the fox leaves the cave. You swear it winks at you as it goes out. Maybe it was secretly a talking fox. I tried that.
I guess these are your friends?
Maybe.
Or maybe they're you.
Who knows? I'm gonna go with after the snake one this time. What's that noise? You rush over, a big snake is eating helpless morsels. Oh no! Bring it on, snake. You puff yourself up and approach the snake. It glances at you, then swallows another morsel whole. I guess I'm not very intimidating. I would like to... wrestle the snake over the rat. You get your claws around the snake's body, just behind its head. It coils around you as you roll away from the vat and out of the cave. The snake crawls away as you laugh. I guess I'm still alive. I'm halfway towards becoming an adolescent. You notice a line of ants marching in and out of the cave. They seem to be believing in. They're red ants. They look angry. Big pincers in front, big stingers in the back.
Simsam Simfo.
Let's deal with them before they fight everybody.
I am a be honest, I've been playing Rainbow Six and haven't been paying attention, so none of this makes sense.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of it doesn't make sense.
As you draw close to the line, some of the bigger ants click their mandibles at you. Deceive them? How? They're ants.
I think we're building a monster or something.
I'm going to scare the ants away. I snarl, spit, and puff my breath on the ants. They scatter before me. Only a few remain, and I can step on those. Basically, the premise
You don't
of
have
this...
legs.
I can step on them with my paws. How do you think I walk around? I probably walk on my hands. Basically, the premise of this game is that I'm growing up a bunch of times. Like, at the beginning,
Simsam
there's this
Simfo.
big circle.
I love the way the bot says my name XD.
Yeah, everybody does.
At the beginning of this game, there's this big circle that like has all grayed out. So I guess there's a bunch of different endings I can get depending on what I choose. I want to drink this cup of soup. big old hamrag comes to the cave with a box full of metal cans. What's this? He says, it's drink or douse day. These cans are full of what the humans call soda pop.
Drink or douse day?
Yes, apparently. They like to see who can chug the most or endure the most exploding metal cans at most. Okay, so I either get to stand and see if they... I don't really want to drink the soda pop. The other monsterlings go through the cans, picking out the bulging and dented ones. I will climb into that big clay jar with the bad cans. And then they shake it, and so on. Blow me up! Hiss, hiss, rattle, 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 hiss! Everything is shaking in here. Somebody's kicking the jar. The next thing you know, Nash. I assume that's
Nash.
I assume that's pronounced Nash.
Yep.
Is dragging you behind her on a forest path. What happened? You can't seem to speak, but Nash sees you trying. She turns you, and you realize you're just a head and part of the body.
Oh boy. Well, think about your limbs.
Oh, they were so cute. I want you to send me part of it. Like,
okay, I'll duplicate the layer.
yeah, duplicate the layer. And then you can delete it. Because that was just cute. I did lose my legs fairly early on. We've been picking up pieces of you for hours. Ew. Elder Hamrag says you won, little monsterling. Now let's put together your pieces and see if you heal. Wait, he doesn't know if a monsterling can heal from this? Look, you just raised your claw. You're recovering. Doesn't that make you happy? Oh, I like the band-aid. That's so cute. Sure, that makes me happy. Alright, let's see what else we got. I will climb something. A tiny cat scampers into the cave, followed by a worried Mopsy Moral. The cat leaps and climbs, coming to rest on a high ledge. I will watch. The little cat sits on the high ledge, licking one paw and staring down at Mopsy Moral. Mopsy stares back up at the cat. Is Mopsy writing a story about the cat? She might be. She doesn't look hungry. Regardless, the little cat seems upset. It wasn't consulted in the matter. I will offer some lichens and mushrooms to you. I stand at the bottom of the cave, holding up pawfuls of fungus.
Apparently you've grown feet again.
I guess. This isn't working. Let's try some other kind of food. I dig out a dead rabbit I was saving for later. It's still quite fresh. Jackpot or Jack Cat or something. I stand before Mopsy Moral holding the little cat. She says, oh, thank you. Well, I'm not going to eat the cat. I'm going to give it to you. Mopsy says, well done, little one. I'm going to put a note about this in the next issue. Apparently I'll be famous. I wake up and I find that I'm no longer a monsterling. I'm growing up. Wow. Elder Maris calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them.
I'm gonna give you acting.
Thanks. I'm sure it'll be cute acting. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna hide and watch and see what's going on. I squeeze behind a big boulder at the back of the cave. There's a wide tunnel behind it, big enough for an elder. You'll never look there. Oops, Marinus slides the boulder aside. She and the other monsterlings are surprised to find you there. I'm going to pretend I was waiting for them. Oh, you're certainly eager to go. Oh yes, I'm very eager. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among the dozens of forking passages. Marinus stops in a warm human chamber with a pit in the floor. She points to the pit, which seized with thick mist. I'm gonna wait for her to make me go. And she pushes me in. Ah! It all seems so reckless. Ah!
Are they pushing you into another vat where you can grow some more?
I fall and fall some more. And the other monsterlings have fallen? Yes, some of them are crying, and you can't see through the mist.
Give me a second.
Or is it fog, or maybe clouds? What are you doing?
I was just fiddling with the volume a little.
Okay, cool. Moans and groans and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. I land on a smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor on the floor is dry as a bone. I hear other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above me, still falling. I would like to get out, I'd like to get out of the way. I rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than I can count. Some monsterlings begin to panic, while some look determined. I should take charge. The other monsterlings watch me, curious. I would like to help everyone work together. I lead the other monsterlings in a rousing song. That sounds like me. Putting aside their trepidation, they advance into the twisting passages. Soon, we've all convened in a cave full of even thicker mist. And we can't see each other, apparently. The vapor swirls with mist, smoke, fog. Except it's not any of those things, it's ghosts. Oh, ghosts. Hundreds of them, large and small, they're everywhere. Ooh, spooky. You didn't like my mouth?
I was trying to... See, I made the mistake of putting the mouth on the same layer.
Aw.
So getting rid of the mouth is going to be an interesting...
Yeah.
Changing the mouth is going to be...
That's too bad, because it's cute. I like it. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to me. Their eyes glow different colors. Well, I will stand fast. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant, all in unison. They ask you, do you fear? I will wait and say nothing. The ghosts stare into and through you as though you're the one made of mist. One sharp voice speaks from behind you. Why are you here? I would like to lecture them about the monster life cycle.
Wow.
I take a deep breath and begin to explain how monsterlings make the change into adolescent monsters. Stress is like heat, cooking our minds and bodies so they can enter a new state of being. I go on. First, our growing bodies must be destabilized so we can take on our more diverse forms, and then we must I'm sorry, I forget what I fell into a deep sleep. Interesting. There's one thing that I'm only 9% and something that I'm 0%. Okay, cool. What does all of this mean? Nothing? Okay, cool. I wake up inside a well-appointed hovel. This is my home now. My home is a hovel. I would like to start living as an adolescent monster. I am entering the big bad world. Alright, adventures in town. Ooh, what should I choose? This looks like a pretty sky. Elder Jaggerty grabs your claw and drags you out of town. I need you to scare a pig for me, he says. Oh, here we go again. Jaggery sniffs the air and says, never mind, there it goes. He gallops away, leaving you alone in the grassy meadow. I'll explore it. As I poke around in the bushes, a ball rolls through them and comes to rest at my feet. That's a human thing. I will walk through the bushes. I see a human sitting in the middle of the meadow. It hasn't spotted me yet, but it looks up at the sound of my movement. I would like to wait and see what it does. The human looks at me, waves its arms, burps, and laughs. The sound sends shivers down my spine. I'll watch. The human, still sitting, points at the bushes behind you. It makes a sound. It seems to be very young, no more than a monsterling or even a morsel. I will give it back its ball.
There, you're singing.
Oh, I'm so cute! Oh, that's the most cute I've ever been! You can't bring yourself to come in reach. Can you save that later too? You can't bring yourself to come in reach, but you pick up the ball and roll it towards the humanling. The humanling laughs again. Now I'm going to leave. I run along to Omen with a bit of new perspective and a story. The other monsters are impressed that I've interacted with a human. That's right, a scary human. Are you itchy, baby? Oh, this is a mouth. Let's find that one. I see Jaggery in a haze of buzzy, angry yellow bees. It looks like he stole a beehive off a tree and took it home. I can see why. Honey is irresistible. Jaggery motions for me to help him. I would like not interfere. Nature is beautiful.
Kindness -4.
Well, he's the one who took it, okay? I shake my head and slowly back away, then turn and run. Behind you, you hear Jaggery begin to howl as he's stung several thousand times.
Oh boy.
He did it to himself. Don't take the bee. Oh, I want to sing. I want to sing. Gobclaws has found a human artifact, a black circle. She shows it to me very carefully. Look, it has grooves in it. I would like to try to suss out its purpose.
I would like to know more about what you look like.
Well, they keep changing what I look like in every single one. I don't see how one could grow
I don't think
from
that's a
one
picture
to
of you.
another. Well, it's a picture of something.
I don't think. Yeah, I think it might be the person who's talking to you or something.
You hold up the black circle, looking at it, tapping it with your claws, and tasting it with your tongue. It seems like a bad time. Why would I taste it? Godclaw says I already tried that. It must be a hat. The other monsters are impressed by my impromptu fashion show. It was a black disc, by the way, of some kind, or a black circle. So I assume maybe a top hat?
Well, no, it was a record.
Oh, yes, you're right. That would make more sense. Oh, this one looks interesting. Oh no, this one has some sort of parts. I like that. This tree dumps a double armload of objects on the ground. I found these in the wood. Nash Nash grabs one, a piece of yellow metal, and licks it. I would like to lick something. How bad can it be? It's pretty bad. The muddy cog you just licked tastes like rusts and mold. Not the delicious kind of mold either. The horrible sour kind. I would like to pretend it's delicious and trick the others into licking it too. In no time, I have half a dozen other monsters rolling on the ground, clutching their tongues in their claws and groaning at the awful flavors. I would laugh at them, the fools. Some of my victims try to get up and punish me, but they're still confused from the bad taste in their mouths. I escape with my hide intact. Was Toads worth it? Look at the cute emoji! Nash Nash is picking on the tiny bliss tree. She gets knocked down every time she gets up. Nash Nash asks if you want to help. I would rather fight Nash Nash. Without even a thanks, Nash Nash or Bliss Tree runs away, leaving you and Nash Nash to tussle in the street. Do you push the attack? No, Bliss Tree is safe. I turn and walk away. Nash Nash tackles me from behind and begins slashing my back with her claws. The two of you struggle until you're both hurt too badly to continue. Then she says, "Good fight." Your monster is cute.
Your monster is much more intact than these monsters. This monster doesn't really have a clear body plan.
I see some teeth. As you're walking down the street, you feel a stinging sensation. Something just bit your foot. Get it off! When you look down, you see a small pile of human teeth in a small wire mesh bag. Some monster must have dropped them.
Weird.
I'm gonna go with human teeth, question mark? They're teeth from baby humans. Some monsters collect them and play a game with them. Oh, like marbles, right. When you look down, you see a small pile of human teeth. Okay, yeah. I will help find the owner. I visit Mupsy Moral, who agrees to publish a found ad in the Omen Harbinger if you want. She says, I can do a feature on how honest you were today, too. I would like to give them all back in some future. When he sees the ad in the paper, Hamrag comes and gets his teeth back. You don't step up and take the credit, but Mupsy whispers something to Hamrag, who looks at you with dawning respect. Okay, there's probably only left time for one more. This one looks like it's the one. Blotz waddles over to you.
Zam,
I'm
zam,
all out of snacks. Do you have
Zam.
any to spare?
Collecting teeth, this biz is weird.
Blotz is tiny.
Yeah.
In the right light, one could easily mistake him for a squirrel. His neck is especially flexible. From looking over his shoulder so much, he's Nash's best friend, which means she constantly attacks him. I'll leave him a snack. I feel better now. Now, let's see. I'm gonna do the foot. Edgar, would you like to come sit next to me?
He's sticking his face right in the camera.
He is sticking his face. He's ready for his close-up now.
Yeah. Oops.
Come sit next to me. Are we done snuggling now? He doesn't want to snuggle with his mom anymore. I'll play with his ball. Loud, drooly, snapping sounds come from the square where you see Prufrock single-clawedly taking on a rampaging
even
pack of
notice the
wolves.
He spends most of the streams asleep.
I would like to help him scare them away. Making your ugliest faces, you and Prufrock terrify the pack, scattering the wolves into the forest. Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and have become an adult. Yes, you've been dragged from your bed by friends and neighbors. Where, who, the where, why now? They tell you it's time to grow up. You're taken into the woods. The neighbors throw you into the center of a great circle of monsters, all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, then whisper some more. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. You're deciding what best defines you as a monster. I would take a nap if they just pulled me from my bed. Someone shakes me awake. They've come to a decision. The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tighter circle. Elders loom over you while the smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings grow shadowy and dark. I would like to do my part in the ceremony. The other monsters hold you in some respect. 6 out of a possible 100 points. Good for them. Someone calls you clever. A roar of approval rises from the crowd. I knew it. All the monsters in the circle begin to hum, howl, and sing. It's a traditional serenade to the snake moon. I would like to figure out a counterpoint and impress them. They said that I was clever. Impressive. Everybody cheers me as I improve the song in an entirely new way. I will compose a new and better tune. I whip up an extemporaneous melody that rocks them where they stand. The monsters ooh and ah. Some of them start humming a new tune. Oh, that's so cute. I want a picture of that too. They'll be humming for days. Now then. That's how I'm doing. Okay, cool. I think I'm very brave.
Maybe I'll put up a collage of these little doodles on Instagram or something.
Sounds like a good idea. I'm an adult now. I'll grow stronger over time, but my personality is no longer as mutable as it was when I was young.
Maybe I'll get some semblance of what your friggin' body looks like.
I would like to politic with the monsters.
Let's start a new drawing.
Let's do this right here. Balfrog and Gritmitten are arguing in the street over a cat. They both want kitty croquettes for lunch. That does not sound yummy. Why is that my only option? Balfrog says he caught the cat, but Gritmitten says it was in his larder before it got out. Both monsters turn to you as a neutral party to decide. I will like to try to make everybody happy, I guess. Balfrog holds the cat close, stroking it absently. The cat mews and rubs its head against its chitinous gripper. Ask Balfrog if, just this once, sharing is on the table along with the cat. I demand to hold the cat while I mediate the dispute. Balfrog hands the cat over to me. What do you think? I caught it fair and square, so it should be mine, right? I don't want to kill the cat? Why is that not an option? Why do I have to kill the cat? Fine, I'm gonna give the cat to... I'm so sorry, kitty.
Zimzam Simfu.
That
Sid.
was messy. Yeah, I'm
It
sure it
kinda
was.
looks like a mutant candy corn.
It does. You look like a mutant candy corn, Nella.
Yep. Yep. Wisdom is the hallmark of a well-respected monster, apparently. I'm gonna go exploring. Go back to explore. I wanna explore things! No. There. Oh, a sword and a stone. You find a red hood and a basket in the middle of the forest path. A human house is nearby. Funny, you never noticed it before. There's a white picket fence out front. I will take the hood and basket home. They're too damaged to be considered proper artifacts, but they're interesting. Nash Nash will probably eat them the next time she drops by. Cool. Let's do the weird goat. A squirrel hops into a pool of sunlight, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to bury nuts and make something of itself. I drop on it from a branch and grab it and twist its head off. This is a gory game! A young wolf suddenly leaps in front of you, snaps the squirrel out of your claws, and runs off laughing and barking. Wolves can bark now? Isn't that only dogs? She must be multilingual. Plus it looks like she's faster than you. A young wolf... Okay. I would like to chase the wolf. I run into the underbush, slashing and tearing at the binding vines and leaves, but soon lose the wolf's trail. As I stagger home, I notice that wolf poop has been left along the trail. I know without a doubt who left it there. I guess I can only go home though. As I approach my hovel, Blitztree helpfully points out that I stepped in some of the wolf poop. I'm now a laughingstock, apparently.
There, now you are candy corn colored.
Cool. This one is good. A flock of geese are in the square. No honk, one can talk honk above the din. Honk. Nash Nash screams, last one to drive them away is the loser, and she's on that human scooter she found. Gonna hunt down a cool secret weapon of my own.
Zimzam Simfu. Sid. Yes, very much yes.
I run to Hamrag's hovel and borrow the fox pelt he uses as a doormat. Plonking it on my head, I run towards the geese, growling and yipping. The geese swarm me. Uh-oh. I can think of two good options. Think fast. Out-honk the geese. I honk so loudly the geese think I'm the boss goose and follow me to the nearest pond. That was fun. That one looks good. A pack of monsters sets out to capture the honey bees, a special swarm that carries its hive along with it in small pieces. The sweet odor of rich honey is everywhere along the court. Did nobody learn anything? I'm going homeward. Nash Nash hoots after me as I leave. I think I can hear Blitztree call me something unpleasant. Well, I'm gonna go politic with some monsters. The spine doctor is treating two injured monsters in Portland Square. She breaks off her own quills and uses them like sewing needles. A little iron pot boils over a small fire, but it's just water. The doctor seems to have run out of something. I would like to offer to get involved. I join the spine doctor, who accepts my help approvingly. How will I aid her? I will hold the cuts closed while she prepares the medicine. It's sticky work, but you pinch shut the wounds and staunch the bleeding long enough for the doctor to ready a healing salve. Let's do that again. whatever this clock is. I show my newest collection of human artifacts to my neighbors. They seem suitably impressed. The truth is, I just found them in the woods. Everyone seems so interested, it would be a shame to let them down. Monsters do love a story, so I could stretch the truth. I'm just gonna lie a little bit to keep things interesting. I tell how a talking fox tried to beat me in a riddle contest with the artifacts as the prize.
You're still one-armed. I left you with one arm.
Thanks.
And now you're candy corn chip. And you got poop on your foot.
Yeah, I see that. I will try. This is a mouth. Let's try that. I'm following a deer in the forest when the trail comes to an abrupt end just in front of a cave entrance. The hoof prints look strange, like the deer doubled back, walking backwards in its own tracks. Okay, so what do you do about it, smart monster?
You're supposed to be clever, right?
I think so, yeah. I guess I'll turn the trap against the deer. I walk into the cave and find Hamrig taking one of his famous naps. The huge monster is known for his irritability when he's awakened. The twig snaps in the bushes, the deer is fleeing. I would like to wait for the deer to come to me. I wait and wait, but the deer slipped away. Oh, that's too bad. Let's go back to politicking. I don't know why there's always a spider. Monsters are gathering around the skull hole. They invite me to dance with them. I will dance. Woo! The only problem is you've never done the skull dance and now everyone is watching you.
And now you have glasses.
I would like to begin to dance. I would like to try to show some respect to the skulls.
Skulls?
It was the skull hole. I was dancing around the skull hole.
Oh.
That apparently was a good thing to do. I'll politics more. Not a spider. Why would I ever choose a spider? I found Blots sitting in a dented alarm, hitting a dented alarm clock. Why have bells that don't ring? Is this some kind of riddle? Before he can answer, he throws the clock over his shoulder and glowers at it. I will try to fix it. I pick up the clock and examine it with care. It's so complicated, more complicated than anything a monster has ever made, and that includes monster rings. Wheel and cogs and gears and levers. I will keep poking at it. Oh, my cleverness has been maxed. Even though it's so complicated that you might get your claws caught inside it or get a spring to the eye, you accidentally hurt Blots on purpose. Yes. Go for it. I turn the key around, it makes a clicking sound, and the bells go ding. Not bad, it's getting harder to turn though. I'm going to keep going. Oh, that wasn't good.
What'd you do?
I made it worse. You turn the key some more, it resists for a moment, you turn it harder, and boing, whoops, pieces everywhere. You pick up gears out of your mouth and help Blots clean the blood out of his eyes.
Ow.
Should have stopped. Should have stopped while I was ahead.
Well, the clock is no more, so I'm not going to try to draw it anymore.
Sorry. It goes by pretty fast.
Yeah.
Godclass shows off a human doll she found in the last hunt. A crowd of elders and other monsters gathers around you. She asks if you think it might be good to show the doll to some of the monsterlings. Let them see a human-shaped thing without actually seeing a real human, educational. We'll say absolutely. Godclass can see you're bringing some science here. She hangs on your words, as does the rest of the crowd. They should know what humans look like, so they don't freeze the first time they see the first one. Good point. Godclass says you're wiser than me, and the rest of the monsters nod. That's right, I mean. Let's explore some more. You and Godclass come across an ant and a grasshopper, both locked in mortal combat. Each is biting the other's back leg. I guess I'll get involved. As you reach for the bugs, Godpaws holds you back. Isn't there a legend about bugs and wheat? Maybe we should be careful. I will say, monsters fear not such things. Oh, my bravery's maxed now. I shrug up off Godpaws and get back to what I was doing. Separate them and then eat them. I will divide the wheat between them. I make a pile for each insect. They stop fighting and take their share, glaring at each other the whole time. Godpaws says, at least you didn't squash them in the middle of their story.
So weird.
It
What
really
is this
is.
game? You have 2 days left till what?
I think till I'm old. This one. I'll do this one. You're bringing home a human coat you found hanging on a tree when you see a cat waving at you. I'd like to wave back. The cat is standing on its hind legs wearing human boots, and indeed, it is covered in human clothing artifacts. Save me, he cries, pointing to a wolf who has it cornered. Get the wolf! I'm going to attack the wolf cautiously. Something's not right. I leap on the wolf, keeping an eye on the cat. Good thing too, since the minute your back is turned, he tries to take the coat you found. I will attack the cat. I attack the cat, but he smirks and runs away at amazing speed. Maybe those boots are magical.
What even is this?
Who knows? It's politics and let's do the snake.
You're just never doing the spider.
The snake moon is rising in the sky and it's time to gather snakes for the ritual. I will set out to gather some snakes. You wander in the fields near the whale nest. It's easy to catch the snakes, but every time you reach for another one, some of them squirm out of your grasp. Most of the snakes are getting away. Okay. Are they supposed to be dead or alive for this? I guess I'll kill them.
Said. I still don't get it.
Yeah. I want to know how, like, this cycle ends. Right? Like...
Well, at some point...
Are you just gonna eventually die of old age and then you're gonna get
we
graded?
looked at the trailer, right? I'm supposed to be pivotal in like a human monster battle or something like that.
Huh.
I get to
Well, or
decide-
maybe that's a possibility if you
maybe depending
go
on
through
what
the
I
right
do.
choices.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the spider path.
Maybe, but I will never know.
You're
The
gonna-
monsters gather around the cauldron. Proof rocks drapes 2 sticks together to light a fire. It's gonna be a fun night. Okay, probably get one more. Oh, I'm growing old, my friend. My body is very soft, and I drip slime everywhere I go.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go see the spine doctor. The doctor tells me that my time is almost up. Soon I'll reach the end of adulthood and I will either ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime. Let's see. What happens to monsters who ascend? Those who manage to ascend become elders and live on to steer the fate of monster kind. What happens to monsters who dissolve? Their bodies melt in the spawning vat where their memories will nourish the minds of new generations of mortals.
Said.
It's gross
gross
time
time.
indeed. Can the doctor do something to stop the process? There's a treatment that might... Okay, let's learn more about this treatment. It involves an extract taken from the tentacle ferns that grow in the whale mist. Now I'll face this head on. I return to my hovel. The doctor bids me good luck as I depart. A group of elders is waiting at the door of my hovel. They've seen my drippings. They know it's time for me to dissolve or ascend. I go with them to dissolve or become an elder. Let's see which one I am. The elders of Omen surround me in the spawning vat. They build a fire beneath a small cauldron. My body is squishy and damp. I would like to try to ascend to elder status. A masked elder comes forward. She says, it's time to decide. All the elders growl and snarl. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid spatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises into the air. I would like to listen. The masked elder asks who has already decided the fate of this monster. I will wait. A few of the elders approach the cauldron to add fluid to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before me. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your claw. I will look at the stones. Each stone is stained with old blood and polished by the touch of many a paw. I can't tell one stone from the other. Okay, so let's pick a stone that looks good. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows one monster kneeling beside another injured monster. The masked elder says, we will test your kindness. Okay, let's be tested. A huge elder carries another monster close to the cauldron. The other monster is half melted and hard to recognize. Let's look closer. Oh no, it's Nash Nash! Or what's left of her. She's begun to dissolve like you, and her condition is far advanced. What's going to happen to her? The masked elder says we've decided that Nash Nash is too violent. There's a place for pure ferocity in our world, but it must be tempered with other qualities. I look at my soft, wobbly claws. The elder says, see her eyes? She still seethes with pure rage. Perhaps you can calm her before the end. I will console the dying Nash Nash. Nash Nash growls and lashes out at me. My claws might be weak, but hers are the only part of her that are still strong. You bleed. I will ignore the pain and speak soothing words to Nash Nash. I lean close, wincing slightly as she draws a new line of red on my hide and hold her tight. She finally ceases her struggles. Goodbye, Nash Nash. The huge elder picks up the now unresisting Nash Nash and gently releases her into the spawning vat. She's gone. Let's choose the next stone. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows 2 monsters fighting. Oh, now we're testing my ferocity. I'm not good with ferocity, that's for darn sure. 2 large monsters seize you from behind. They growl and try to pull you apart. My ferocity's not great. I'm gonna attack just one monster. 50% chance. Oh, I'm stunned. One elder adds a few drops of fluid into the cauldron, but most of them keep hooting. I hold the cauldron, which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy. I'd like to look at it. It's half blood and half slime. Alright, let's drink it. I drink the bubbling concoction and then belch and howl. My body solidifies almost instantly. I'm an elder. Yay! I'm not too bad, to be honest. My kindness is pretty high. I'm pretty sure that's the 64.
Well, are we able to, like... No, it doesn't say but mousing over.
No.
Look at your gross self.
Yep. I'm now an elder. I'm solidified a little bit more now.
Well, I'm keeping this dry.
I am welcome in Znak, the oldest of the monster towns. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you will be able to affect both the way the monsters view humans and vice versa. Use your powers of persuasion wisely. I would like to politic. I will start with this sword. The spine doctor looks up from her current patient. She's working a human knife free of a younger monster's ribs. Humans are dangerous. I will watch and listen. She says humans, no claws, so they make their own. Awful thing, knife wound. Takes twice as much milkweed to patch up as a jaguar attack. Best steer clear, I say.
Glasses are cool.
Explain how they're not all about fighting. I go on about the knife's sharpness and heft, but the doctor merely sighs. I'll keep talking. The doctor shakes her head. I just don't see it. Soberly, she hands you an emergency pack of milkweed, just in case, since you like being near humans so much. Interesting, interesting. Let's journey to Carmen and see what happens. I will use this one. You're across the street from a coffee shop. Sniff. The human coffee they're drinking smells weak, even by human standards. How strong should it be? In Omen Town, the monsters boil a terrible black brew so potent it must be stirred with stones and bones. Every monster knows what a real coffee is. Okay? You're across the street from a coffee shop. The human coffee they're drinking smells weak, even by human standards. So, do you want to help them out? I will gently offer advice using a telephone to call over. I slink to one of the glass and metal boxes where the phones are kept and tell the operator to connect you as soon as you're watching a human answer you on a telephone inside the shop. Keep going. You say you're from the head office, a phrase you've heard here in Carmen. You tell the coffee human that her brew is good, but that it needs to be thicker and stronger. She follows your directions, though she seems doubtful. The human samples a cup, pauses, swirls the mixture around in her mouth, and raises her eyebrows. Success! 2 more sips and she's smiling. As she rings off, she looks out the window and meets your gaze. She laughs as you scamper away. Cool. It's politics anymore.
Apparently you're good at making coffee now? I'm leaving you drippy, like... It's too good.
Mupsy Moral outlines the plans for defense against humans. Fruitcake. I've seen it, friends. Every year the humans offer it to each other, but nobody wants it. Mupsy goes on, if they fear it so, it must be a weapon, perhaps a deadly poison we can steal and turn against humans if we need to.
Requires kindness.
Yeah, let's try the kindness one. Everyone is shocked. You've said surprising things before, but this is pretty blatant. Mupsy mutters something to a friend, too quiet for anyone to hear. Mupsy mutters, you are known for your generosity, so perhaps you are right, but I still want to get my claws on some fruitcake. Let's do the Carmen one again. Let's see. Ooh, a hole. The docks are fun. They smell like home. You're napping on a fish net when you overhear a human talking. Where have they all gone? If there's no fish, this fisherman is done for. I like how my options. Tell him what you know about fish. That requires honesty. Add the location of the best fishing grounds to his charts. That requires cleverness. Good. Punch a hole in his boat because it's fun. I'm going to do the cleverness one because I'm maxed out on cleverness, so that's good. You draw a circle of currents and waves over the inlet where the fish spawn, then make a noise to draw his attention. The fisherman looks at the map, stroking his beard, he mutters maybe, and starts the engine. From the docks, you watch him sail towards the inlet. You think he's going to be all right. I'm a genius. It's politics anymore. That one.
I don't really know what a fruitcake looks like.
It's a cake and it has fruit in it. Greed Blitz, puffed up with multi-syllable importance, addresses the other elders. My fellow monstren, he begins, I propose we meet the humans halfway. I think we should learn from them and adopt human ways to become more civilized. Okay, so I can agree and explain human innovations. I can agree and say something about their hunters. I'm going to agree with human innovations. I make a persuasive case. It's because I'm very clever. Under your tutelage, the other gathered elders learn much about organization governing the human way. Cool. Let's do Carmen again. Let's do the hug. You're hiding in a shiny wood building. 2 humans are holding hands in front of another human. He makes a lot of noise about a witness. The other 2 look around, disappointed at the empty room. I pull my hat over my head and offer to be a witness because they're clearly getting married. They're delighted. The humans all take turns talking and talking.
Was one of the options to reveal another human that's hiding?
Talking. Maybe, I'm not sure. And talking? Yes, eventually the 2 holding hands make kiss faces at each other. They sign a paper and hand it to you. Take the pen and I do the same. You make a pretty swiggle. Beautiful. The pair thanks you profusely, and you bow. Whoops, the hat fell off. Not well exposed. The humans gasp, but you stand your ground unafraid. After a moment, they thank you.
You're wearing a hat? What kind of hat were you wearing?
I don't know, it just said a hat to conceal my identity. I assume one of those hats that has the attached, like, nose and mustache disguise. Or maybe just an old person hat. Let us politic again. We will do the house. Ooh, the house one. Blisstree proposes a new plan to keep an eye on the humans. What is it? We'll take over an abandoned house in Carmen, keep someone there at all times, and take extensive notes. It's an interesting idea.
Simsam Simfum. Said. The record.
The record. That's true.
It's true.
That's true. They argue about where to establish their spy house, though. Carmen had many empty buildings. Which should we use? Let me see. I will suggest a place that will encourage understanding. The expedition sets out immediately, hiding in the unused upper floor of the library. They observe humans reading and learning. Make sure they see that humans are smart. In short order, several elders learn to read for the first time. They seem impressed with their unsuspecting human subjects. Let's journey back to Carmen. You're walking down an alley with a new paintbrush, almost new, fresh from the garbage, when suddenly it's there, a human. Its face is red and angry, and it's coming right at you. Stop, drop, and roll. Not just confuse them, and also you a little. Alright, angry humans are bad news. The human growls in a deep voice. You came to the wrong neighborhood, monster. I'll teach you a lesson, good and proper. I will square off and stand my ground. You puff up your body and stay where you are. The human lurches closer to you but doesn't attack yet. I will stand my ground. The human waits, you keep standing still, and it notices your paintbrush. Monsters don't paint, do they? I'm quite good at it. You brandish the brush with a flourish and indicate that you know how to use it. The human wanders off, shaking its head. Damn this thing. Back to politicking.
I'm gonna say you regrew your arm again. Remember you lost your arm a long time ago?
Oh yeah, let's assume. Gritman shouts, "Might makes right." Proofrock replies, "Not always. We should talk more like the humans do." I will agree with Proofrock. You explain how humans can come to a decision as a group without slashing or biting anyone. The other elders are intrigued by your words. When you start describing voting, they lose interest, but they agree that words hold great power. Now, let's do that one. Smoke, glow, crime, the human house is on fire. There's one small human child inside, and is that a human baby inside? I will take action. The little human's skin is burned and its howls are weaker by the second. The heat is so fierce, it's already starting to hurt you. I will get the baby out of the house. You crash into the building and duck. A gout of flame rushes at your face. Keep at it. Success! You slash with your claws and make a path. The house collapses one wall at a time, but when it's done, you're holding a live human baby. Get out there. You both tumble out of the building in a cloud of smoke. Several humans come up and wrap you both in wet blankets, thanking you. You slip away as the crowd gets bigger and bigger. You don't see the baby, but you're sure it's in good hands. Let's go back to Carmen, because that one's a little bit lower than yours. Let's look at something. You sneak up to an open window. A human sits on an overstuffed chair. Her back is to a desk covered in, wait a minute, it's maps with a red X on it. They're showing off locations of the monster towns alongside a badly drawn sketch of a monster with a knife stuck through it. What do you do? teaches human a lesson with violence requires claws. I am going to confront her even though she can kill me. You remember that some humans really like gifts. You gather an offering of stinkweed and corn husks and return to knock on the front door of the house. This'll be nice. She answers and yelps with a surprise at the sight of you. Give her the bouquet. You shove it at her face. Oops, too much. Still, she seems to find the situation more curious than frightening. For me? I nod at her. She looks bewildered but touched. She utters a quick thanks, hesitating before retreating to her home. Back to politicking. Gobclaws unrolls a big map showing the surrounding region. She points one pincer at a series of red circles. These are places where I've seen humans drop things. I think we should put garbage cans there.
What?
Gobclaws says so we can harvest the things they drop, then we can study them and understand them better. I will help her with that plan. You get things in order and help her arrange the cans, so they'll be easier to collect later. You and Gobclaws sneak through the woods to the new designated human evidence collection locations and place the extra cans. Almost immediately, humans began dropping trash into the cans, including many candy wrappers with bits of sweetness still inside. Yay! Licking dirty candy wrappers! Gobclaws prepares a report based on the preliminary findings and everyone agrees she is quite clever, and so are you. That's hilarious. Let's go back to Carmen. I will do this climbing up thing. You watch as an elderly human tries to fix his house. He looks up at the leaky roof of the signs, and as it starts to rain, goes inside. The leak looks like a trickle of water will get into the attic from the storm. It might do some damage to the human's house. He also left his tools out. I would like to repair the roof. Success! The human hears hammering above. He emerges just as you leap away. Repairs finished. Yes.
What even is this world?
I don't know, but I love it. Let's look at the pot.
I wonder how different this could be each time you play it.
I think it can be quite different because it depends on... I don't know, we'll see. There's a bunch of different endings, right?
Well, it seems to be. Well, at least there's a lot of different achievements.
Yeah. Jaggerty drinks deep from a jar of cider. He belches and the air goes wavy. Watch the ferocious elder as he drinks. Jaggerty raises one claw. Humans. Humans are stupid. Lazy, worthless, stupid, and I'll fight any monster who says otherwise. I would like to acquire cleverness. The big monster hadn't thought of that. Jaggerty gets very serious very quickly. The other monsters nod as they consider this important fact. I'd like to blow their minds just a little bit. You say, and if they thought of that, what else have they thought of? Politic. Oh. As you walk through Portland Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't always been easy, but you've built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. Yes, well respected indeed. Though monsters have always feared and loathed humans in the past, your work towards improving relations has paid off. Monsters have come to respect and like them. Well done. Meanwhile, humans who once hated all monster kind have come to understand that monsters aren't terrible, evil things. Rumor has it that monsters think pretty well of you. Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and younger monsters alike are milling about in a great mob. Blots drops from a nearby roof. Humans are coming this way.
Oh no.
Blisttree says that's wonderful. We can talk to them. It's true. Both monsters and humans meet deep in the whale mist. There is considerable shuffling of feet and paws. Everyone wants to talk, but nobody wants to make the first move. If only some monster were to speak up. Yes, if only. A few of the other elders are looking at you, strangely enough. I would like to welcome the humans as friends. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as you put your best claw forward. It's the first step of a long journey, a journey on which monster and human will cooperate in all things. The end.
Oh, okay. Whew.
And so monsters and humans worked, lived, and played together for many happy generations to come. Hooray for the future.
So you got a victory on your first try?
It appears that way, yes.
Okay, wow.
I win.
Yeah?
I'm brilliant. And we've been doing this for about an hour, so I think that's probably a good time to stop.
Wow.
I like that game. It was weird.
Yeah, that was surprisingly interesting.
Sims.
It was
Simple.
weird, but it was interesting. I liked it.
Fancy.
Yeah, I agree. Fancy.
I kind of
And
wanted.
then there's all these other endings to
I
it.
kind of wanted the ending that was like the scientist one, but I didn't get that one.
Well, who knows what the heck you'd have to do to get that one?
I know, right?
You'd probably have to go deeper into the clever and less into the kindness.
I was maxed out on cleverness and bravery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna post some of these doodles like on Instagram or something,
It sounds like a good idea.
Twitter, and link them back to the VOD and stuff. But wow, that was
That was
weird.
fun.
It was
fun.
weird, but it was entertaining.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. I would play that again.
We'll keep that in the library.
Yeah, I think I would play that again.
Yeah. And someday we'll do Pokemon again, but
Yeah. Someday. We'll cycle back to it.
well, someday we'll probably start Pokemon again. Start a new Pokemon.
It's true.
Because that was basically a death.
Why would you say that?
I mean, you had almost an entire party wipe.
I don't know what you mean.
I have the videos on YouTube.
I don't believe you.
They're there. I mean, I set them to private, I think.
Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
The world has seen. Alright.
Anyway, thanks for joining us, Simzam.
Have fun.
Yep, we'll be back again next Saturday. And Mark's actually online every night drawing now, so
Yeah. A lot later, though.
he is a lot later.
I
Anyway.
think I'm coming back online in a couple hours to draw some more.
Have a good weekend.
Simsam Simpo. Said. Peace.